Thank you. Paul, I'm Sandy Patience, Chairman of the Fishermen's Association. I actually listened to your address that you gave to the Seafish Dinner held in Edinburgh of last year. I want to refer to the meeting which was held, the ICES briefing advice for 2011 at Marine Scotland Science Torrey Laboratory on the 2nd of July. The magnitude of the proposed cuts for next year, especially when in the North Sea, science is so far out with what fishermen are seeing on the grounds. Scottish fishermen, and indeed UK fishermen, have risen to the challenge of the sustainability of fish stocks, only to be told by the Commission that other member states have not done enough. That the continued pain of reducing effort, which you referred to in your address, and the reducing of tax must carry on, even although the industry is wiped out in the process. What an insanity. What social justice, which you also referred to in your lecture. Over 40 years ago, when I was working out of Oban, we had a fleet of 35 CNET vessels operating on the grounds of Duartach, Skerryvore, Tiree and Call. Today, only one CNET vessel is left in the entire west coast of Scotland. And with the 30% bycatch restriction in place, even he cannot work for more than 6 months of the year. But my main point, Paul, is this. How can science advise on the continual ratcheting down of effort and quotas, whilst allowing a grey seal population to continue to grow at 6 to 7% a year to consume an estimated 7 kilos of fish a day? The devastating effect badgers were having on the farming industry cost the taxpayer 63 million. What is it costing to allow seals to multiply at the rate that they are? The loss of economic value to the country must be enormous, but more importantly, stocks are being destroyed not by man, as there are few now left in the industry, but by a massive seal population.
Yeah, to start with the seal issue, ICES as a scientific advisory body is not in a position, cannot make the choice for society whether we want seals or fish in the sea. This is a political decision to be made. What we can contribute with is this kind of estimates which you are mentioning, the population size of seals and their consumption of fish. But in the end, it's a policy choice how those fish should move on further, whether it's to the fishing or to the seals, or whether culling should set in. So I think you should address the issue that issue to a politician. But in terms of this problem that quotas have been reduced and that it has become very difficult to survive, this is true, and basically this is a consequence of 20-30 years of decisions where every year more was taken than was sustainable, and then you erode, you cut the branch you're sitting on. And I think the decision-making system, what political system has made a disfavor to the fishing sector by allowing this to happen. We should have healthy fish stocks and healthy industries instead of having all fish stocks and then fishermen who are squeezed to the point that they cannot survive economically.
Hello, hi, I'm Bo Tyrell. I'm from Aberdeen. I live in Aberdeen. I'm actually from the Faroe Islands. I'm a PR consultant and a freelance writer. One of the contemporary issues is the mackerel row. Now, I saw you were on a BBC News. You were discussing the mackerel row, and you said something to the effect of the issue was purely political. The dispute is purely political, in as much as the parties, all of them, they do not question anything of the scientific basis or advice that's coming from ICES. Now, I find it a bit peculiar that what is coming, the news that's coming from the Faroes and Iceland, that the waters are so brimming with mackerel there that they haven't seen anything like it before. Isn't this something that ICES should have seen earlier, or how do you react to that? And as a consequence, do you think this has any impact on your credibility as to assessing the stock?
This change in geographical distribution of mackerel has actually been described and explained in ICES advice. And if you read the advice which came out about mackerel, you will see this clearly explained and stated, that there has been a change in distribution of the stock in recent years, and that it's now much more prevalent, for instance, within the Icelandic ICES. So it's all there, and it's all part of the basis for the advice. So I don't think there is a problem in that respect.